What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my X6058 Venom. Now, for those of you who are longtime subscribers to the channel, you probably have an idea of what the X6058 is. You might even be familiar a little with my X6058 Venom here. Awesome flight characteristics. The motors are very powerful. It has just about the perfect yaw rate. It has a very deep pitch. It's deviation compatible. I mean, this thing is just awesome. It's a beast, to say the least. And so, just to give you guys some history on this thing, it actually came from the Huiying toy factory. When I first received them, I received 3 of them, and they came with a canopy that looks like this. This is just a model that was given to me for spare parts from a friend, and they came with this canopy with Spider-Man on the front. And the ones I received 3 of them, and they all were black and red, and they had Spider-Man on the canopy of 2, but one of them had this canopy here. This is an original canopy here, but this one had Iron Man's colors. It was red, gold, and black. So this was like the Iron Man edition, and this is the Spider-Man edition. And most people didn't like the Spider-Man edition, but it was hard to find the Iron Man canopy. Sometimes you would get lucky, I guess, and get the Iron Man canopy inside the package. With that one, it'll have both canopies in there. But I only got one with this canopy here, the Iron Man canopy. And so when I received them from the Huiying toy factory, they weren't released in the stores. So you couldn't really buy them at GearBest or Banggood or Latek or any of the other stores that we usually buy our quads from. So the Huiying toy factory was the only place that you can get them. And so it was a lot of hype around it because of how it was flying and people seeing the videos and the tight funnels that I was performing with this thing. So all of the stores finally did pick them up. Now when the stores picked them up, Huiying did something different to them. Huiying Toys, they released this color here, white and blue, and that one was coming out, and they all had Spider-Man canopies. This is another model that came from one of my friends as spare parts. Now, they actually altered the flight characteristics. So everybody were upset about not receiving the same model that I had with the awesome flight characteristics. And they were receiving these, which had a slightly less deep pitch, and the yaw rate was a little slower. So people didn't like that, and there was a lot of other issues too. Quality control was bad, whatnot. People were reporting them not being put together well, motors going out, and even some people were reporting loss of range, like it falling out of the sky when they fly a few feet away and stuff like that. But mine flew awesome though. But the ones that they had in the stores, they just didn't live up to the hype of the original. I actually did this to one of mine. I bought one of them from GearBest. That was the blue and white one. And I liked the blue and white color, so I swapped it out for one of the nice boards. And so I have a good board in here with this one here. Let me move these out of the way. And so the RC Addict, shout out to the RC Addict. He sent me this canopy because he had bought a quad that had this canopy and he didn't need it, he said. So he sent it to me, and I was using this for my canopy on one of my awesome X6058s. And you guys might remember some of the videos I did with this thing with the canopy on it like this. And so pretty awesome, I think, the way it looks. Now I'm saying all this just to say that I have received this from the Huiying toy factory, and this is the new HY6058. So it's a remake of the X6058 called the Zoom, as you can see, and it looks like it has the Iron Man colors. And check out the canopy. You guys see a resemblance in the canopy on this and that? It looks like they tried to copy the canopy that I was flying with. And so this is the new HY6058. So everything seems to be the same except for the canopy. And I have flown this thing, and I can say that it doesn't fly as well as the original does, but it's darn close though. It flies better than the other ones did. In fact, I think that this thing is the best flying brushed quad that you can get now. The only thing that even comes close to it is this Huiying one here, but the Huiying has a faster yaw than this, but this one has a deeper pitch and strong, more powerful motors. So I would say that this one is a little better than the Huiying. Now, I'm not talking about deviation. Both of these are deviation compatible, and with deviation, this thing becomes a beast. The pitch gets unreal, and the yaw is pretty fast. So this thing becomes super awesome with deviation, but deviation doesn't do anything for the motor's power. But you can like upgrade the motors on this to make it more powerful. You can get like a dark edition motors for it, and or maybe some Spintech sidewinders, and have this thing flying maybe better than an X6058 with deviation though. Now, but we're not talking about deviation. We're talking about stock. Stock, this thing blows this one out of the water with its power of its motors. These motors, I was saying before, are really close, comparable to the motors, the Spintech motors and the dark edition motors. These motors are very powerful. Maybe not quite as powerful as dark edition, but you can barely tell the difference. And I know that because I did swap out one of my other ones. I put dark edition motors in it, and it wasn't much of a difference. It still seemed like it flew the same. It was barely any difference in the flight characteristics. It still flew really awesome. But stock, this thing is unmatched by any of the other quads that I've touched. Now, I'm not talking about like the smaller Skydreamer Plus quads or anything like that, because they're actually a different size. This is a little larger. It's mini sized, but I haven't touched any quads that fly as good as this does. This one is the closest here, and maybe the WL Toys V636 is close too, but the Huiying is more close than the WL Toys if you ask me. So this thing is pretty awesome. We're definitely going to check this thing out. I have a few of them, and I actually plan to give these away to some of my subs. I'm going to be giving them away on my my other channel and this channel. And so I haven't yet figured out what I'm going to do. I think I might just randomly give them away on some of the comments. I might check the comments of some of the videos that I put out. The next videos that I put out on this channel and on the Frequent Flyer RC Chop Shop channel. I'm just going to randomly check the comments, and if it's a lot of comments, I'll just do a random drawing and just give them away, because I really couldn't figure out a better way to give them away than to just give them away to the people who are watching the videos. So and I'm doing that in appreciation for you guys helping me reach 10,000 subscribers, and hopefully you guys will keep subscribing and we'll get more subscribers, and you guys can keep watching and continue to check out the Frequent Flyer. So let's go check this thing out in flight. We're going to fly it with the stock transmitter. And also, I received these here. These are a pair of glasses that have a camera on them. And let me take everything out. It has a little instructions manual here. And we got a USB. And we got a USB charging cable here. It comes with a cleaning cloth here. And ultimately here, we have a case for the glasses, and the specs are in here. So these things look pretty awesome. Seems like it'll be better than having a phone on my hat. So it looks like, let's see, there's a button on this side to start and stop video and take pictures, and this button here I think is to power it on, or maybe a reset button, it seems like, or whatnot. But this thing shoots in 1080p and it shoots in 720p. So I'm looking forward to seeing how well these things perform, the video quality and all. Now I had two phones that I usually record my footage on, but one of my phones I usually use outside. That's the older one, and then the newer one is this one here that I'm using for my tabletop reviews and all. So the one I use outside, it fell and the screen cracked one time I was recording out in bad weather. But to make things worse, I was using this for recording a lot of my stuff for my other channel, and one of my kids broke the screen now. So I mean, it's really broken this time. It doesn't even turn on, so there's no way for me to get the footage and stuff that I have on here off it. So you guys are probably going to see some models on the Chop Shop channel just pop up or maybe on this channel too, just pop out without a build video. And now you know why, because I can't get the footage off of this thing. This is it here. I can't get the footage off of it. So just a lot of lost footage there. And this thing is, if it lives up to what it's claiming, then this will be my main camera for outdoors now. But let's go check out this HY6058. See how awesome it is. The transmitter is green now. Okay, so we out here with the HY6058, and I'm actually using my phone now because those glasses were a bust. I plugged them up to charge them because they didn't have battery. The battery was weak, and so when I plugged them up to charge them, I walked away from them. When I came back, I noticed that the light was off, and so when I unplugged it and tried to turn it on, it didn't really power on, and I was just smelling some kind of smoky smell coming from it, the magic smoke smell, and so I chalked it up. Those things were a bust. And so enough of that. Let's get to how this thing flies. We got it bound to the stock transmitter we're flying it with now. And so we're gonna start. It's kind of windy out here, but we're gonna start off at low rates anyhow. So we're on low rates now. This is it, y'all. So pretty decent yaw. I think the yaw stays the same on all three rates. Let's look at the yaw again. That's the yaw. This is aileron. This is pitch here. Not much pitch. And it's kind of windy out here, so. Okay, we're on mid rates, I think. So that's the yaw there. Aileron here. So pretty decent aileron now. Pretty decent forward pitch now. So it's fighting the wind pretty well on second rates. So we're gonna go to third rates. Okay, this is third rates, I believe. Let's check and make sure. Yep, we're on third rates now. Let's look at the yaw. So that's the yaw. So the yaw stays the same. So you get that same yaw there, which isn't bad, but check out the pitch and aileron. This is the aileron here. Pretty deep. This is the forward pitch. So the forward pitch is nice too. Pretty deep pitch on it. A little windy out here. Let's look at the flips. So it flips nice. Check out this double flip potential. I used to like doing those a lot with the other X6058s that I have. So pretty decent flyer. Nice flyer actually. Better than average. So let's look at the funnels though. The funnels are a little wide. A little wider than the ones that They're wide compared to the ones that the original, but that's a pretty nice funnel. So I think that's all there is to show. There's no headless mode or anything like that, I don't believe. Just classic flying. And it has nice power on it for a geared motor system. I guess we're going to test flight times though. I'm going to fly it until it starts flashing for LVC. See what kind of flight times we get with it. Let's see, this thing can pick up some speed, even in the wind. Either way, the wind's blowing to my right. That was with the wind. This is against the wind here. So still pretty fast against the wind. That's because of the pitch. The pitch is pretty deep on it. Oh man, we got a huge truck coming. I think we're gonna get on this side over here. And it's pretty cold out here. Got my eye watering. Race the truck. You can see this thing is an awesome flyer. Oh man, the sun is blinding me over that way. Oh, I forgot to check to see if the lights are flashing. Let's see if I can get it away from the sun. Nope, the lights are solid still. Solid lights. Check for the flashing lights. Okay, we got flashing lights now. So no more flips with it. I'll just fly it around low until it lands. I doubt if it'll land softly. I think it's just going to drop. Funnel. Starting to get the feeling that it's going to fly around for a long time like this. Oh, and it's landing. Wow, so it doesn't just drop. And so it landed. That was awesome. So I think that's something new from the old one. The old one, it just falls. But it does take a while for the old one to fall before it actually falls. So that's it. A quick demo flight of the new Huiying Toys HY6058 with the stock transmitter. Thanks for watching.